I was just like, it's a principle thing. I don't care how much money you ever make. I don't want to be charged for ketchup packets, ranch, like side sauces. Barbecue sauce should always be free, in my opinion, but that's just me.
Mark Sanchez, thanks for taking the time to hang out with me today.
Absolutely.
So before we dive into the upcoming football season, I want to know, during your playing career, you only had to worry about one game a week. Now you're an in-game analyst and a frequent guest on Fox Studio sports shows.
My man has gotten pummeled a couple times, and you're just like, ooh.
What a game. What an atmosphere. And nothing's changed. Still scarfing a dog.
You have to be on top of it all. So what prep is more challenging?
That is such an interesting question, and I do get this question a lot. Just understanding the preparation that goes into a quarterback's mindset as a player. I mean, you are dialed in on one defensive scheme, one coordinator, a set of, anywhere from 11 to 20 defensive players that you really have to know inside and out, backwards and frontwards. When you start calling games, you're now watching not only two defenses, but two different offenses, a lot of them completely different schemes, obviously different coaches. It is in some ways a lot more prep now. The good thing is, after being in the broadcast booth for a little while now, I have yet to lose a game that I've called on air. I'm undefeated in the booth, baby. It's nice, and I don't have to ice down after games. You don't get hit anymore. So the trade-off is totally fine. A little more mental for a lot less physical. But yes, that's a great question, and it is a lot of prep.
So neither is easy, but you're great at both. So NFL Week 1 is right around the corner, and we have 4 primetime games on the slate for football fans. And I'm hoping you can tell me which is the more compelling matchup of the two. So first up, we've got Thursday night on NBC, the defending champs in Kansas City take on the Baltimore Ravens. And we have the Friday night matchup on Peacock, Packers-Eagles in Brazil. Which is the more must-watch game?
Anytime you put the defending champs on TV, they have become the gold standard of the NFL with Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and the Kansas City Chiefs. So a lot of people might just say, okay, I want to watch this new quarterback. Who's this guy in Green Bay who just got paid hundreds of millions of dollars? Well, that's Jordan Love. I think he's primed and poised to have a great year. And then if they're playing against Philly, that's another blue blood team in the NFL in Rio de Janeiro. I mean, this is must-see TV at its best. So if you're getting a little tired of Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, which you shouldn't be, but just in case you do, I'd say click over to that Rio de Janeiro game. Check out Jordan Love against the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right, let's get to the second pair. Sunday Night Football on NBC, we have Chargers-Lions. And rounding it out on Monday night, the defending NFC champs in San Francisco host the New York Jets on ABC and ESPN.
Let's talk about my Jets, because last year was maybe the worst possible outcome for your quarterback on the 4th play of the season, losing Aaron Rodgers, your superstar. Well, I think sometimes difficult stuff has to happen, and you got to go through some stuff to get to where you want to be. I feel like Aaron Rodgers is kind of giving off this vibe of just, I got robbed of a season last year, man. I got something to prove still. People are giving him a hard time about turning 41 this year. This guy looks as young as ever. His arm looks as live as ever. That ball's jumping out of his hand. As long as Aaron Rodgers is healthy, this team could be a dark horse Super Bowl candidate, but they got to start fast. These last few years, they've really been close to winning one of those Super Bowls. So that's going to be a tough task for them. But if the Jets can do it in Week 1, that'll give them a ton of momentum leading into this season.
Okay, so I just need to get this on video because I'm going to make this about me for a second, Mark. I am a season ticket holding Jets fan. I've watched you in Giant Stadium, of course in MetLife. The last time the Jets made the playoff was with you at the helm.
Hey.
Listen, I don't want to age myself, but I was a kid when that happened. I was not in high school. My frontal lobe was not fully formed. So you touched on it, but we need this. I need this. Do the Jets have real postseason potential?
We need this because you realize I bought my PSLs back then, and I still have 4 seats. Okay, I'm trying to unload these seats. Last year was the year because we got Aaron Rodgers, and I was like, yes, okay, here we go.
Yeah.
I'm ready to sell these seats and be done with it. Hopefully this is the year. Maddie, you let me know if you need 4 seats. They're all yours for a small price.
Listen, I got a pair. I got a pair to every game. I will be there. Let's keep on the Jets train for a bit. I think we're a bit biased, and I hope we're in agreement that the greatest NFL tradition is Fireman Ed leading the Jets fans in our JETS, 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 Jets war cry. But you've visited stadiums around the country as a player and a broadcaster. What other NFL traditions do you think are top tier?
I'd have to say, and this one hurts, but the first one that comes to mind is Renegade by Styx for the Pittsburgh Steelers. When that song goes off, I mean, you get like a chill down your spine. The hair's standing up on the back of your neck. You got goosebumps. It is a special deal. Those fans really know how to cheer on their team, and I was happy to be a part of that experience.
See, I was wincing a bit because I thought you were going to go with Bill's Mafia with the table jumping, but you stayed away, so that's okay.
I did.
So as if you aren't already busy enough, you served as a game analyst this year for the inaugural UFL season, which is the result of the merging of the XFL and the USFL. Tell me about your first season and the opportunity that this league presents players, coaches, and fans of football.
Well, you touched on it, Maddie. I think there's a couple components. The opportunities it creates for players. Let's start there. Players and coaches. Because this is a springboard to the National Football League. This is where either older coaches who understand that they're not going to get back in the league want to help these young players who didn't get the opportunity they thought maybe they deserved or maybe got overlooked. Hey, I'm going to do everything I can to help feeder you into this National Football League, which is everybody's end goal. Then for the fans, which is so important, there's something to watch in the spring. And it's so hard when you go through that football drought right before training camp, right after now what is the UFL championship and all that. It's really hard to turn on the TV when you're a diehard football fan and not see your favorite sport. So it's a special thing to be a part of, and I'm happy to be a part of it as well.
All right, I'm going to pivot here and highlight some of your memorable Mark Sanchez food moments.
Oh, dear.
You know what I'm going to bring up, but it's going to be quick. You did the sneaky sideline hot dog. That's right, in 2009, which you posted on Instagram.
During the last TV timeout, Mark Sanchez is trying his best to hide a hot dog and eat it. Oh, wow.
But my personal favorite is the Hard Knocks moment when you're leading the pizza order and you were appalled by the 59-cent upcharge for the side of ranch.
We'll get 3 ranches. Do they cost money or you throw them in for free? 59 cents.
I understand the argument that people said, hey, you just signed a $50 million contract and blah, blah, blah. You're the superstar of the Jets. You can pay for that. I was just like, it's a principle thing. You know, I don't care how much money you ever make. You know, I don't want to be charged for ketchup packets, ranch, you know, like side sauces. Barbecue sauce should always be free, in my opinion, but that's just me.
Okay, Mark, finally, your Mexican-American heritage is something you take great pride in. Coming up here at the end of the summer is the start of Hispanic Heritage Month. In the madness of the NFL season, how do you find time to celebrate your heritage?
Well, I think one is just a lifestyle and understanding where you're from, how you came up, how the people before you came up, and understanding that. I got a real taste of that at USC, being a USC quarterback with Sanchez as your last name. That was huge. And seeing people show up to games with the luchador masks, like the wrestlers with the number 6 and the USC logo, I mean, that only fired me up. And they have been, Hispanic fans in general, but especially Mexican-American fans have been so loyal and so supportive to me. So, and then being in a country where you're allowed to celebrate all those things, all those wonderful parts of my Mexican-American heritage. So, a todos los aficionados mexicanos, especialmente mexicanos, pero todos los latinos, les aprecio mucho y nos vemos. Gracias por todo.
Mark, thanks for talking football, food, and entertainment with me. Much appreciated. Go Jets.
Go Jets. I had a blast. Thank you so much, Maddie.
Thanks, Mark.